What's up, my beautiful people of Ireland? We're back again with another GRIPT reaction. So today we have McEntee claims Ireland has no incitement to violence legislation. So obviously, you know, I've been talking a lot about the hate speech bills, you know, numerous videos. I've made a bunch of videos on those, so go back and check those out. But this one should be interesting. So he just dropped this one yesterday, Ben Scallon, just asking these different questions. So we're going to see exactly what they're peddling today, guys, because it seems like every single day, you know, they have something new. Now, Roger Gorman to the right here, I don't know, will he give his input as well on this, but this one should be interesting. So everybody, like, comment, subscribe if you want to support my channel. I'm going to be putting out political videos every single day, hopefully for the rest of time. And yeah, guys, go check out my Patreon. It's only, you know, a coffee a month, and you guys can help support my channel. So let's get it.
On the hate speech bill, Green Party TD Patrick Costello said that it will be up to juries in the courts to decide whether a statement qualifies as hatred.
Under the bill.
So if somebody goes online and gives out in very strong terms about a transgender woman going into a girl's bathroom,
what the bill says is that if there is legitimate criticism, that will be accepted.
That's my question. Who decides what's legitimate criticism? That's really where we're at here.
Ultimately, I guess it's going to have to be a jury who decides some of this. And
lads, you know what that means? Having a jury decide that, like, that's just wild, guys. So, like, I'm not saying it's good to make fun of people as well, guys. Like I say in every single video, be a nice person. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't be like... Be really nice to everybody, guys. We're the friendliest country in the world, and we should stay like that. But, you know, the sort of thing where if you know, say something about somebody else, should you go to jail because of it? Absolutely not, right? I don't agree with that whatsoever. And people are now going to have their lives decided to them if they make fun of somebody, you know, accidentally as well, presumably. Like I said, if you're a nice person, accidentally, then you go to jail. Deciding on a jury, like, that's just insane, guys. Like, how long is that process going to take? You know, you're going to be dragged through the media, like, you're going to have your name tarred, like, it's just, it's crazy. And this is coming for everybody. So for everyone thinking that, oh, County Gains, Chris is doing this on the internet, this is coming for everyone. So get used to it, guys. You know what I mean? You got to start going out there protesting, you know, hopefully protest this bill so it gets taken away. And I actually read yesterday that it was taken away, so...
So you could end up in court before that decision's made.
There's going to be lots of, as with any crime, there will be guidance to prosecutors.
But is that kind of ambiguity not the exact thing that lost the government the referendum in the context of durable relationships? Would you be concerned that vagueness around the legislation and how it's going to be interpreted by a panel of jurors might end up causing even more controversy around this legislation than we've already seen to date?
Great question, and obviously I'm not blowing smoke, but Ben does ask good questions, guys. He asks what the people want to hear, you know what I mean?
Firstly, on this legislation, this is an important programme for government commitment. As Minister for Justice, I will always listen to the Gardaí, and what they are telling me right now is that we do not have adequate legislation to deal with hate crime and to deal with incitement to hatred. So, despite...
I'm not saying she's lying, but to pin it on the Gardaí, like, the Gardaí are not going around, you know, saying to people, oh, we need this kind of stuff to stop the, you know, I can guarantee that, guys. I don't know what the Gardaí do, but, like, the police forces anywhere in the world aren't asking for that. They're asking for more resources, like, can we get more money to, like, have better equipment and stuff like that, and more people to protect the people. It's not like we need more people we need more legislation on hate speech. Like, that's like, it just seems very far-fetched, you know what I mean? It seems like very, like, the last thing on their list, right?
Despite there being a suggestion that what we are proposing here is radical, that it's vague, that it's going to have significant implications.
It is. All those three things are correct.
We are the last country in Europe to have hate crime legislation.
So he just explained that we already have that legislation, guys. I've said this in previous videos as well. I feel like a broken record, guys. I'm just constantly saying we already have legislation against people that get insulted. And like I said, guys, there's like those eight list of 8 or 9 people that you're not allowed to discriminate against, and that's good, guys. But now it's like coming to a place of free speech, and now you're not allowed to speak your mind. You know, it's just crazy. This is really bad, guys.
The last country in Europe to update our incitement legislation, which is already there and dates back to 1989, but doesn't take into account the fact that we now live in a digital world. We also don't have incitement to violence legislation, so this isn't new, this isn't radical. The 89 Act already has incitement to hatred legislation. Hate is not defined But that is not the problem with the legislation. The legislation is not workable for different reasons, and that is why we are updating it here. Other member states, as I said, we are the only country to not have hate crime and hate incitement to hatred legislation. No.
But that's good, guys. Just because we're the only people to not have something, that's not bad. If you're around a group of friends and you're the only one that's not smoking, that's good, guys. She's kind of using a fallacious argument. It's not based on good philosophical arguments. Like, just because it's like a fallacy. Just because a group of people take drugs and do whatever nefarious stuff and crimes and stuff like that, because you're the only one that doesn't do it, guys, that's a good thing. You know what I mean? That's not a bad thing. She's kind of conflating context with seeing other people do bad stuff. Like, we don't have to have that as well, guys, is what I mean to say. Okay, if everybody understands what I'm saying there. Like, we don't need to have legislation. Like, we can actually just be like, nah, we don't agree with that. It's not like, let's just go along like sheep, let's just follow the EU every single time. Like, oh, there's a new law. You know what I mean? You guys know 1945, there's a new, let's go along with that. Like, no, dude, it would be good to go against that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it is good to go against the grain, guys. If the EU all said tomorrow, let's say, I don't know, like, everybody has to smoke or something, I would be like, no, absolutely not. I don't want to smoke because it causes cancer. But then they'd be like, no, you're a criminal. But, like, it doesn't, just because she's basing it on the fact that it's a good thing for having hate speech laws. But we would say, no, it's not a good thing. You know what I mean? So you don't have to go along to get along. Don't be part of the group all the time. If I was a politician, I'd be like, no, we're our own country. Let's listen to the people. Let's have a vote on it. Let's have a vote every single week. Shit, I would do that. You know what I mean? Or at least have some sort of, online thing or something, to ask the people.
No other member state defines hate. No other member state defines the word that they use where they replace it with a different word other than hate. And the sky has not fallen down. So the suggestion here that this is radical, that this is vague, this has been in law since 1989, and there has never been a challenge or a problem with defining hate in this legislation.
So you said that there's no incitement to violence in Irish. Like, is it currently legal to incite violence? If somebody was to do that, would that not be in breach of Irish law?
Obviously, if somebody commits a violent act, that is committing a crime.
But what you had said earlier was that there was no legislation in Ireland around incitement to violence. I'm saying currently, if somebody was to incite violence and go out and say, let's attack this individual or attack this group of people, would that be legal currently?
What I'm saying is we don't have incitement to violence legislation. The Gardaí are telling me that is prohibiting them in actually...
No, it's definitely illegal. Like, if I said on this channel to, like, go out and attack a group of people, absolutely I'd be arrested, like, or something would happen. You know what I mean? I guarantee it, guys. That's not legal to do that. Nor should you do that. You know what I mean?
Doing their job effectively. We don't have hate crime legislation. What we have is incitement to hatred legislation, but it's not updated. It doesn't take into account the fact that we live in a digital world. So we are behind. We are laggards when it comes to protecting those who are most vulnerable in our society. There are people in this country who are not safe because of the actions of others, and if we do not update this legislation, I believe that we are letting them down.
So there's currently no... Sure.
Wait, I would like to hear who she thinks is not safe because of others. Like, would it be poor people? Homeless people? I guarantee she doesn't think that, guys. Wow, this is just an abomination, guys. So, tell me down below, who do you think that she thinks are the people that are getting the most hate? Because, like, personally, guys, I understand that some people get discriminated against. Yeah, that's for sure, right? That takes place in society, but... For me, guys, like, everyone gets hate. Hey, I get hate on the internet, you know what I mean? I've never had someone come up to me and hate on me in real life, really. I mean, I wouldn't really care, but in terms of, like, friends fighting and stuff like that, like, that's hate as well. Like, there's been lots of different situations where I'm sure everyone has gone through in their life that has experienced hatred and stuff like that. So it's just it is very vague, you know, it's very vague to be decided in court. I mean, even to say that it's being decided in court, I mean, that means that there's, like, some sort of nuance to the situation, to the cases. So yeah, absolutely insane. I love you guys all. Let me know what you all think in the comments down below. I'm sure you all will. And yeah, guys, like, it's just, man, it's just wild that they're still pushing that. I thought they killed that a few days ago. I thought somebody said on News Talk that it was dead. You know, they tried to pass it for the last 10 years and they still couldn't get it passed. But, you know, I would absolutely definitely be voting against that personally. So I love you all. Stay free, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace.